Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Battle of the Beasts. This is episode 56, having Hellion the Fiery Foe versus Hecton the Body Snatcher. Now, okay, with size, Hellion is larger by a small margin. Stats for their series, of the series so far. Hecton killed Koldo in round 1 and Hellion killed Rashuk in round 1. Yeah. And if Hellion loses, he'll be joining Convul and only Convul in the losing bracket. If he wins, he'll be joining pretty much all the other beasts apart from Crestor in round 3. If Hecton loses, he'll be joining Torno and Bloodboar and Kronos. But if he wins, he'll be joining Balisk and Koron. So, yeah, a rather fair amount for each of them. Anything else I need to say? Well, yes, I need to think of an arena. I said yesterday I still need to think of an arena, and honestly, I still do. So, I'm tempted to say probably just a rocky terrain with boulders and all that. Boulders, small rocks, but other than that, relatively plain. Obviously in the combat arena, like with every battle in round 2 and future rounds. And with that being said, I think we can go. Okay. As both beasts exit from their chambers, Hecton comes out to see tons of smoke coming from the other side of the arena. And then a flash of orange, yellow and red comes out in the form of a fireball coming straight towards him. Hecton dives out of the way just in time to avoid getting killed right off the bat. He looks back up to see a giant man completely shrouded in fire. Hecton realises he has his work cut out because honestly, with any beast, you need so much luck to beat Hellion. Hellion starts making another fireball and chucks it straight towards Hecton. Hecton hides behind a boulder, the fireball hits the boulder, and the boulder explodes into millions of pieces. Hecton just, whilst trying to think of a plan, runs behind another boulder. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. Hellion jumps up, turns himself into a fireball, and goes straight through the boulder, and doesn't roll over Hecton because he disappeared from behind that boulder. He turns back round and sees Hecton standing up straight, chucking this net at him. Hellion catches it with his head, and the net just burns away. Just burns away completely. Hecton throws his trident at Hellion, and it impales Hellion to where he feels the pain right in his chest, because at the centre it is rather weak of Hellion, and that's where it got to. Unfortunately, the trident has melted down or burnt up, so that minor pain from Hellion is gone now. Hellion then makes 2 more fireballs, one in each hand, and chucks them both at Hecton. Hecton dodges one but gets hit by the other, chucking to the other side of the arena. He sees a couple of small rocks next to him, so he picks them up. He picks a bunch up, curls them up in one of his arms, and uses his throwing arm to just chuck tons towards Hellion. Most of them hit Hellion, one hit him in the head, just going like, yeah. He caught one with his hand and then chucks it back at Hecton, where it became a fireball. Hecton counters that fire rock, by chucking one of the regular rocks at him, where it just hit it. They both hit and they both fell back to the ground. And Hellion, being a lot stronger than Hecton, muscle-wise, picks up a boulder, lights it on fire, and chucks it straight towards Hecton. Hecton dives out of his hiding spot just in time for the boulder that he was hiding behind to get crushed by the other boulder. Hecton picks up more rocks and chucks them at Hellion. Keeps chucking. That's all he can do, really. Hellion gets tired of this and picks up a ton of rocks himself, cradles them in one of his arms, and covers them up with his other arm, lighting it on fire, and he just lobs it all at Hecton like a meteor shower. It basically is just a small meteor shower. Hecton's unable to dodge that. He dodges a couple, but the some that hit him, one has hit him on his bone skull head, his little helmet, cracking it, breaking it off. One has hit him in the arm here on his coat, causing that to burn off, losing the sleeve. And one has hit him on the hand as well, just singeing it entirely. And Hellion gets another rock up, lights it on fire, and chucks it straight towards Hecton's leg, hitting his leg and singeing it, causing him to fall to the ground. Hecton rolls up into a fireball and rolls straight towards Hecton, rolling over him, completely burning him all over the place. Hellion stands back up and gets one last fireball, gets one fireball that he makes himself, and chucks it straight towards Hecton's chest, burning it up even more than it already is. And for Hellion to finish the job, this is a very quick battle, he picks up another boulder, lights it on fire, and just holds it over Hecton's head and drops it. He drops the boulder, and Hellion hears this little squish along with a ton of blood just spurting out towards him. With that being said, Hellion walks back into his chamber, ready for his next battle. Hellion has won, Hecton has lost. That is the end of the battle. If you thought Hecton should have won, please feel free to tell me how he could have won with that arena. Trust me, I wanted Hecton to win as well, but there was no way Hecton was going to beat Hellion. It was just poor randomization for him. Don't worry, probably best of luck in the next season that we're doing a Battle of the Beast with him in. But that's all for this time. If you liked what you heard or saw, this is a very quick battle. Leave a like, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe. Feel free to leave press that notification bell down in the corner below. I forgot my own outro. And I'll see you next time with Battle of the Beast episode 57. Komodo the Lizard King versus Crestor the Crushing Terror. And with that being said, I'll see you next time.